Or if that means you've had to get up and do something. Sorry, Bev, you look so comfy too. Okay, so we're going to come and lie on our back with our knees bent and our feet on the floor. Your feet a little bit wider than your hips, and your knees and your thighs dropped in towards each other. Take your hands down to the side of your body, palms face up, or if that doesn't feel comfortable, hands can rest onto your belly for a few moments. And then we take a really lovely deep breath in. And we do a really lovely big sigh out. Good. You let your lips come together and you're just going to settle into your breath for a few moments. So we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, just noticing the breath in the nostrils. Bringing your attention into your throat passage, and for a few moments, notice the breath in that space. Notice the breath as it glides down along your throat passage, and then as it glides back up along your throat passage. And then finally, bringing your attention down into your body. And for a few moments, we're just aware of the feeling of the breath in our body. Do we feel it in our belly? Do we feel it in our chest? Do we feel it in our side body, our back body? Maybe you have a sensation of it in all of those places. Or maybe you just mostly feel it in one place. Maybe that place changes, maybe. And you just want to really pay attention to the changes, the shifts and changes that happen to your breath as you start to feel your body maybe relax, as you feel yourself arrive onto your mat. Also noticing the shifts and changes that happen in your body and in your brain, your mind, as you give yourself these few moments to settle. And we hope that over time we build up this, you know, we're not into habits, particularly in yoga, but or like attachment to things. But it's great if like you come to your mat and your reaction in your body is to just start breathing comfortably, to your body to start to relax, and for your mind and body to settle, but not attached to that in any way, because life happens. Our brain is referred to as a monkey mind, so it will wander off and have its own thought processes constantly, and some of them will be things that irritate us or make us anxious or frustrated. Other things will make us feel calm and relaxed, and so we just need to know that that ride is there, but we're going to try to detach away from it by using our breath as a tool to bring us into the moment, and hopefully feeling ourselves settle, and our breath becomes lighter, becomes softer, becomes easier. Good. And then, having spent a few moments settling into this lovely relaxed breath, we're going to do a few full yogic breaths. So you're going to breathe out through your nose, and the next time you breathe in, you're going to breathe down into your bottom of your lungs, and you're going to feel your belly expand. Then you're going to keep breathing in and feel your rib cage expand. Then you're going to keep breathing in and feel your chest lift. And so you're filling up your lungs completely, and I want you to just keep breathing until you feel like there's no more breath to draw in. Have a pause. And then breathe out through your nose, a long, smooth, continuous exhale all the way to the end. And let's go again. Inhale, belly, rib cage, chest, shoulders, filling up your lungs completely. Pause. And then exhale, a long, smooth, continuous exhale. I'll talk you through one more and then you do a few without me. Inhale, belly, rib cage, chest. Feel it lift into your shoulders slightly, maybe in your back as well. And then a long, smooth, continuous exhale, and feel the front body relax to the back body. So you're going to do a few more of those without me talking you through it, so you can just get going. But I want you to see if you can notice that when you're breathing in, you breathe into the bottom of your lungs, middle of your lungs, tops of your lungs. And then as you breathe out, so you can get a sense that you're breathing from the tops of your lungs out, then the middle of your lungs, and then the bottom of your lungs. As long as that doesn't cause you to get frustrated or irritated or kind of mean that you're no longer breathing comfortably, see if you can do that. If not, just let yourself breathe out and experience how that breath is. And we're going to do one or two more. And then come to the end of your next exhale. Allow your breath to return to its lovely, easy, soft rhythm. And then as you feel your breath kind of get comfortable and nice and your body resettles, sweep your arms up into the air and relax them alongside your head. So let them drop down. Stay there breathing with your natural breath for a few moments, just kind of feeling your chest open, maybe noticing your shoulders relax, your elbows soften a little bit, your front body relax to your back body. And then we're going to do another one of those lovely deep breaths in. So you're going to inhale, belly, rib cage, chest, shoulders, filling up your lungs completely. And then when you breathe out, you're not only going to breathe out, but you're going to go very softly, hug your front body to your back body, press your back to the floor, maybe your pelvis tilts, and you're going to stretch your arms to the back of the room, reaching through the fingers. Good. Flop your arms down, stretch your legs out, and again, inhale, belly, rib cage, chest, shoulders. And then when you breathe out, drawing your belly to your back, pressing your back to the floor, and this time extending through your fingers and extending through your heels. Well done. Come floppy, let your breath return to normal, and then we're going to come to our Bananasana. So we're going to walk both heels off to your right, take your left wrist into your right hand and shuffle your upper body off to your right too. And then as you're doing it, notice there's maybe a tendency to roll onto the right side of your body, but try and relax that left side of your body to the ground. Maybe turn your head to your left shoulder for a few moments, your chin to your left shoulder, and continue to breathe here. Feeling each breath come and go, feeling the expansion of the breath and the release of the breath. And then as you breathe out, draw the front body to your back body and press the left side of your back body to the ground, your left bottom, the left side of your waist, your left rib cage, your left shoulder. Take 1 or 2 more breaths here, doing that. A little bit of emphasis on that left side of your body. And then everyone back to the center. Heels to the center, head to the center. A little bit floppy in the middle for a moment. And then walk both your feet off to the left-hand side. Right wrist into your left. Shuffle your upper body over to the left and then let your chin find where it's comfy. Continue to breathe here. And then just feel how your body starts to relax into the pose a little bit. That doesn't mean that it's not feeling anything, but like if you've got any stress or strain, it starts to soften. And then a little bit of emphasis on that right side of your body, pushing your right bottom down, pushing the right side of your lower back, your right side of your rib cage, right shoulder to the floor for 1 or 2 more breaths. And then let's all of us come back to the center, head into the center, arms to the center leg. Be a bit floppy for a moment as you let your breath, your mind, and your body resettle here. And then we bend our knees, we walk our feet back to our bottom, and we bring our knees to our chest. And you might feel your back release to the ground. You could take your hands around your knees just to kind of give them a bit of support. And often when I rock like this, I feel like my spine is lengthening, like my tailbone is moving away from the crown of my head a little bit because of that space along my spine. Into the center, hands to your kneecaps, lower legs nice and relaxed, and we go. Inhale, float your knees away till your arms become straight. Exhale, feel your knees and thighs draw in. Inhale away. Exhale back. Inhale away. Exhale back. We'll do a few more. Inhale away. Exhale back. And then knees coming towards you. Let's take our knees away from each other to the side. Then towards the other end of our mat, away from our head. Squeeze them together and draw them back in. So again, 2 big circles away from each other. Squeeze them together and then draw them back in. So inhale. And then exhale. Inhale away and exhale back. So we do a few more, or 2 more. Let's go 2 more. And you draw your knees in, have a momentary pause, then we go the other way. So your knees are together as they move away from you. They move out to the side and back around. So again, knees move away from you, out to the side and back around. So 2 more of those. Again, just noticing that lovely mobility in your hips. When I do this one, particularly when I bring them from the side and back around, I have a bit of clicking happening in my hip. I'm conscious of what it feels like my inner thighs and how my back feels. Then both knees in, and again, I do a little rock from side to side. And for me, again, my lower back feels like it's spreading out and my tailbone softly shifting away. And then both knees relax to the right. I like to have them hugged in as much as I can. Right hand to my left knee to give them not really holding on, but just relax it there. Then turning my head, bringing my back of my head to the floor, so I'm looking up. Float this left arm up into the air. Bend the left elbow out to the left, and then flop that arm there. And so if I'm going to pause here for a few moments as I let my breath and my body and my mind settle. And then it might feel like you can suddenly relax your chin to your left shoulder. You might feel you want to slightly adjust that left arm. So just let yourself be in this twist. You know, first of all, with your breath, feeling the breath as it comes and it goes, and then doing your best to just respond to that breath. You know, in that terms of just maybe relaxing a little, releasing a little, softening and letting go. Okay, so you take 1 or 2 more breaths here, and then you can walk your feet back round to the center. Walk your feet back round to the center. Lovely. And then do a little wiggle of your bottom, and then bring both knees up into your chest again, and again a little rock from side to side, just easing out your lower back. And then when you're ready, lower both knees to the floor on your left. And do the same thing, left hand to right knee, right arm floats up into the air, right arm relaxes alongside your head. You can have your face looking at the ceiling to begin with, but then as you start to feel yourself settle, maybe feel your elbow relax a little bit more, maybe feel your chin turn to your right shoulder. Good. And just don't be afraid to slightly adjust yourself, but also don't, find that balance between responding to the space that your breath has created, but not over moving just because you think that's what I should be doing. Like really tuning in, using the fact that you're lying on the ground and you've done all this work with tuning into your breath and being in your body, that you can do what feels right. We've got a few more moments to breathe here, everyone. And then let's walk your feet back round to the center. Or actually, what I should have said is if you're on your side and you feel like that's the way you're going to come up, stay on your side and bring that right arm over to the floor in front of your heart and push up. Otherwise, back to the center, bring your knees up into your chest, and then rock yourself up and over into your all fours. So we come onto our hands and our knees, spreading our hands out as much as we can, middle finger-ish facing forwards, but remember, we can take our hands wider, we can come onto fists at any point, do as you need to do, you can spin your fingers out, so let's go. As you breathe out, you're going to press your spine to the sky. You're going to come into our cat arch, pressing through the upper back, the middle back and the lower back. Now drop your chin to your heart, give your jaw a little wiggle. And every time you breathe out, see if you can push a little bit more into your back, feeling the muscles start to relax around your rib cage, around your spine, and you're just going to push up a little bit more, and to get into your lower back, tucking your bottom up a bit further. Now, in this position, I want you to take 2 or 3 more breaths and do your best to release tension, like give your jaw a little wiggle, shift your shoulders away from your ears. Good. Maybe you need to turn your chin one way and the other. Then we lead from the rib cage. The rib cage draws down. As your rib cage draws down, your bottom lifts and your chest opens, and we stay here. Not overextending too much through the neck. So the back of the neck stays in line with the curve of the spine. We take a few moments to breathe here. And then the next time you breathe out, we're going to now move with our breath. So we're going to press our spine to the sky, scoop our tailbone under, let your head go. Inhale, let your rib cage draw down, your chest open, your bottom lift. Exhale, your rib cage lift to the sky, scooping your tailbone under, letting your head go. And then inhale, moving through the other direction. So you're going to do a few more of those. Just allow yourself to move through the movement with your breath. See if you can soften your gaze, close your eyes, and really just allow yourself to experience, you know, just what's happening in your body as you move through it. Then the next time you push your spine to the sky, do a little rock forwards and backwards. Now, move slowly, particularly as you come forwards, but often we lose the curve of the spine. And obviously you only go as far forward as your wrist allows and as far forward as back as your knees allow, and then we inhale, come parallel to the ground. Walk our knees a little bit closer, stepping your left foot back, tucking your toe under, drawing your belly softly to your back and a little tilt of your pelvis. Keep breathing as you have that lovely strong stretch down through that left leg, pulling the, you know, finding a little bit of length along the calf muscle through the ankle, through the heel. Bring it back in. Take your right leg back, tucking your toe under and extending through the heel. So lovely strong stretch down through this right leg now, so the back of the knee open. But remember, as you're breathing and your upper body, feel the body working to maintain that sense of stability and strength. Bring that right knee in, take a breath in, and let's all of us do a lovely cat arch again. Rock back an inch or two, but this time onto your fingertips. Come back over your hands and your knees. Let's go again. Left foot steps back, tucking your toe under, extending through the heel. Draw your belly to your back to kind of feel like you're pushing the floor away and lifting away from it. And then sweep your right arm alongside your head, finding that diagonal pull across your body. As you breathe out, feel your front body hug to your back body. With your left hand, push the floor away, like helping you to lift up. Then bring the right hand down and bring the left leg down. Pause and breathe, and then the right foot steps back, tucking your toe under, extending through your heel. Draw your belly to your back, press the floor away so you're not collapsing through your arm, and then sweep your opposite arm, your left arm, alongside your head, finding that diagonal pull. Try to look to the floor in front of you rather than to the direction that your hands are going, and particularly at me once you know what you're doing. And then bring your hand down and your knee down. And let's do a big cat touch again, rounding your spine to the sky, rocking back an inch or two and onto your fingertips. Come back over your hands and your knees, parallel to the floor. We're going to step that left foot back again, tucking your toe under. Drawing your belly to your back. Now, awareness of what's happening in your pelvis. This is hard because we can't really see that part of our body. You've got both hands on the ground and you're just going to lift the leg a little bit, not too far, because what happens is when we lift the leg quite far, we dump into our lower back. And often when we lift the leg too far, we actually just swing the hip out. So I want you to draw your belly to your back, press the hands away and float that left leg up. Maybe feeling the lower part of your bottom engage a little bit. Keep breathing. Press both hands energetically into the ground and feel that lift, and then take your right arm alongside your head. And we're going to try and stay there for 3 breaths. So when you breathe out, draw your belly to your back, reach through your right fingers and extend through your left heel. And then bring your hand down and your knee down. Do a little hip wiggle. Right foot goes back, tucking your toe under, pushing through the heel. Drawing your belly to your back and finding that sense of lift in your body, and then floating the right leg up, toes pointing to the floor, draw up, left arm alongside your head. Find that diagonal pull. Stay there breathing. And then left hand down, right knee down, a little hip wiggle, a big cat arch, rocking back an inch or two onto your fingers. Okay, everyone, so we're going to come back into all fours and now we're going to do a plank. We're going to try and hold plank for 3 breaths and then we're going to roll onto our tummy to rest afterwards. So rock your weight softly forwards, looking to the space in front of your hands. Notice if you've dumped into your back and draw your belly into your back, tilting your pelvis. Step 1 foot back, tucking the toe under, pushing back through the heels. Nothing else changes except your right foot goes back to meet it. Try and keep your hips where they are. Or if anything, lift your hips a tiny bit. Just try not to dump. Your gaze is looking to the floor in front of your hands. You're not looking at your feet. You're not looking at the space between your hands. And I want you to take 1 more breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. And then we're going to put our knees on the floor, everyone. You can walk your hands as far forward as you need to so that you can roll down onto your tummy and slide your hand. Well, let's look up for a moment and give our hands a bit of a shake out because you've gone a lot on your hands. And then give your fingers a little wiggle. And then we squeeze and stretch and squeeze and stretch, squeeze and stretch. And then hands underneath your head like a little pillow, elbows wide, extending your legs back, but then dropping your heels open. And you could do a little wiggle of your bottom from side to side just to ease out your lower back. And then we'll take a few moments to breathe. So you're breathing in and out through the nose, you're noticing the breath in your nostrils, your throat passage. And now when you bring your attention into your body, often lying on our tummy is a way, helps us to notice the breath a little bit more in our back body. It's not to say you won't feel it in your front body because it will expand. Obviously our lungs are around our body and down and up. So we just kind of allow ourselves to experience maybe a little bit more expansion and release in our back. Then we'll come up into our Sphinx pose, elbows to the floor, underneath your shoulders, palms to the ground, and then we lift our left leg up and extend it back, lift your right leg up, extend it back and roll your heels out. Draw your chest through, ground your toes, ground your pelvis, ground your forearms, and stay there breathing for a few more moments. Well done. Okay, let's come down and relax again. Hands underneath your head. Let your heels drop open. Give your bottom a little wiggle and just enjoy that sense of relaxing into your back. Okay, everyone back into Sphinx. Pressing your forearms to the ground. Again, pressing all 10 toes to the floor. Feeling your knees lift. Pressing your pelvis down. Drawing your chest through. And then you could have a little push of your arms. Shoulders shift down from your ears and toes reach back a little bit more. Press your pelvis down, drawing your belly to your back. And then come down. And then slide your hands back alongside your rib cage as you lower your head down. And then let's drop our knees and push up. Now, rather than go into a pose of the child, we're all of us going to just come into all fours and do a bit of a cat arch with a little rock forwards and backwards. And if you enjoy the rocking back onto your fingertips, you can. But otherwise, just a little kind of ease of your back. And then we come parallel to the floor, we tuck our toes under. And we lift our bottom up into the air. Drop your head between your arms as you come into a downward dog. Look at your feet. Good. Lift your hips up even higher away from your hand and turn your chin to one shoulder and then your chin to the other shoulder and give your jaw a little wiggle. And then up onto your toes, everyone. Really lift up onto your toes, lifting your bottom up into the air. And then sink your heels down. Doesn't matter whether your legs touch the floor, just feel that stretch. Again, back up onto your toes, bend your knees, breathing in. Breathe out, sink your heels to the ground. Good, one more time. Inhale up, bending your knees, lifting your hips. Exhale, draw your heels down. And then everyone, we're going to walk our feet forwards a little bit. And then when you feel like you can rock your weight into your feet, drop your weight into your feet, rock backwards and grab your opposite elbows, letting your head and your body hang. So we're in a standing forward fold, Uttanasana, knees are a little bit soft, head hanging. So let's stay here breathing for a few more moments if everyone's okay with that. Give your jaw a little wiggle. Good. One more lovely breath, everyone. And then drop your arms to the floor. Hug your belly to your back. Press your feet into the ground and start to roll yourself up. And as you come up, roll your shoulders back. I'm going to just turn to you, but you stay as you are standing. Sweep both arms up into the air. Exhale one arm in front of the other. Inhale up and then exhale the other arm in front of the other. Okay, we're going to do a bit like we did last week because, I think only one of you is here from last week. So we'll go. First of all, sweep your arms up into the air. Both legs are together. I mean, not squeeze together, but hip width apart. And we do a little exhale to the left, a twist, bring your right arm forwards and your left arm back. Inhale, both arms up alongside your head. Exhale, twisting to the right. So your right arm goes back and your left arm comes forwards. Inhale, both arms up. and then exhale your arms down. Then I'm going to, with my left foot, take a small step forwards. It's not very big because I want to keep both toes facing forwards. And then I go again. Inhale, both arms up. And I'm going to twist to the left. So my left leg is forwards and I do a really reach across my chest and my upper back, but I'm pressing my feet into the ground. Inhale, come up. This time we're going to twist to the right, opening across the chest, reaching through the right fingers to the left. We'll do one more each side. Inhale up, turning to the front of your mat, and then exhale, twisting. Inhale up, and exhale, turning to your right. Both arms up, look up, and then drop your arms and give them a big shake out. Probably that was a lot of work for your arms. Step back, left foot, do a little hip wiggle. We do the same the right side. So you step your right foot forward just a little bit so both your feet are square. Inhale, both arms up. Then we go. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. Exhale to the left. Inhale up. One more time each side. Exhale to the right. Inhale up. And then exhale to the left. Well done, everyone. Both arms up, looking up. And then drop your arms down and give everything a big old shake out. Oh, and then step back. And if you need to do a shake of your body, do. Okay, then we're going to step maybe a tiny bit forward so we have space to slide our front leg back. Both feet are hip width apart or a bit wider. Keep those feet on those same lines as you bend your knees, take your bottom back, slide your right foot back along the mat. Press your front foot into the ground. Can you see my body still in a diagonal? So as I'm taking that back, I'm allowing my body to come forwards to help me find that balance. Then I press my left foot down, I engage that right glute, and I shift my shoulders back over my hips. I'm just going to turn this way because I realise which way I'm going to twist. You're going to sweep your arms up alongside your head. And then if you feel balance, you're going to twist that front leg, so to your left leg, you're going to take right arm forwards and left arm back. So we did this last week, and then we try and bend our legs a little bit more, or bend the front knee a little bit more to take you lower. So you're twisting to that front leg, the leg that's straight out in front of you. Take both arms up, lean into that diagonal again, and step your right foot alongside your left. And so we get a little squat action, push down, so we're strengthening those thighs. Okay, so I'm going to turn this way so now you can see my front leg again. Bend your knees, take your bottom back, slide your left foot as far back as you can, you're on your toes. Press your front foot into the ground, feel what the thighs working a little bit. Strong back leg, arms come up. Twist to your right. Bending that front knee, pulling back through that back leg. Arms up. Leaning forwards, stepping forwards. You do a little squat. And then you push up. Interlace your fingers back behind you. Slide them down past your bottom, doing a back bend. Come up, bend your knees. Take your belly to your thighs and ease your arms a little bit off your back. And stay there breathing for a few minutes. Let your head go. Give your jaw a little wiggle. Try and pull your hands a little bit further off your back if you can. We've got one more lovely breath in and out. And then hands to your back, hands to the floor, and move yourself into your downward dog. So we do a little bit of up onto your toes with soft knees. And we go up and down a few times. Well done, everyone. And then we're going to lower our knees to the floor. Good. And we're going to swing our feet out to the side. And then we're going to come and lie ourselves down with our knees bent, feet on the ground. So we're going to do a little bit of half bridge pose. Be conscious of that as you come to lie down. So your feet and your knees are hip width apart. You shift your bottom towards your heels. You don't need to be direct, your heels and feet don't need to touch. I know it's hard again to see yourself, but often this is a little bit easier if your feet are not too close to your bottom. If they can be directly under your knees, brilliant. If they need to be a tiny bit further forward, particularly if you've got knee pain. So your arms are up to the side of the body, palms up or down, I don't mind. When you breathe out, you're going to send your feet into the floor and lift your hips. You're going to walk your arms a bit closer and then keep your upper arms on the floor, but lift your lower arms up into the air so your fingers are reaching to the ceiling. And then as you breathe out, press your upper arms down and feel your hips lift and your chest lift. Feel your glutes engage, press your big toes down and take 2 more breaths. And then let's roll down, upper back, middle back, lower back, bottom, and then drop your arms to the side of your body. We're going to do that again. So as your bottom comes down, you might feel your lower back lift, and let's go. Send your feet down, feel your belly hug to your back, feel your pelvis tilt and lift up, and then press your arms down to help you lift. And then some of you might interlace your fingers underneath you, squeezing your shoulder blades in and pressing your arms to the ground. Pressing your big toes down. So what you're doing is taking your hips up, but then you're grounding certain parts of your body to help with the alignment. Make sure you're breathing in and out, and maybe as you breathe out, draw your belly to your back and send your hips up a little bit higher. And then undo your hands, roll off your shoulders and come all the way down. And if you're happy, we're going to do 1 more of those. So feel yourself come down. And your lower back lifts, and let's go. Inhale. Exhale, roll up, taking your hips up into the air. This time, arms up into the air, and then take your fingers back behind you. Try and enjoy that lovely stretch along the hips, tops of your thighs moving through the knees, glutes engaging, belly drawing to your back and helping you find length. Then inhale those elbows out to the side, exhale, roll down. Upper back, middle back, lower back, and then bottom. And then a nice deep breath in and a big sigh here. And then hugging your knees in towards you. So often that feels really good after. You can take your hands around your knees if that helps. Good. And then let's drop our knees open nice and wide for a moment. Squeeze, so your right hand's on your right knee, your left hand's on your left knee, and you've got a little bit, you're not pulling your knees open, you're just resting your hands onto your knees and they just act a little bit as a weight. Then we squeeze our knees together. We do a circle one way and a circle the other way. And then I'd like you to bring your feet to the floor and take your hands, interlace your fingers underneath the back of your head. Take that right knee over the left. You can slightly shuffle the left foot to your midline. And if it helps, I know this is always a tricky one, even when I'm in person, you can lift your bottom and swing it slightly off to the right so that you can drop your knees to the floor on your left hand side and lean your head back into your hands. Your right elbow opens, your face towards the ceiling or maybe to your right shoulder, whatever feels good, and allow yourself to breathe comfortably there for a few minutes. Okay, then let's bring yourself back to the center, both feet to the floor. Readjust everything as you need to, so kind of maybe give your bottom a little wiggle, and then walk your feet together, bring your left knee over your right, maybe shuffle your right foot slightly towards your midline again, and then lift your bottom, swing it off to your left, and then you can drop it, the knees down. So remember, hands, I've done hands behind my head, so they work as a little pillow. Leaning your head back into your hands. But remember, you can do any sort of twist. It really doesn't need to be necessarily the one I've done because we're at the end of the class. You're tuned into your body. You know what you need. When you're ready, I'd like you to bring everything back to the center, feet to the center. Readjust your hips and pelvis. Good. And then I'd like you, do a little wiggle, whatever you need to do. And then we're going to do some breath work and then stretch out into relaxation. So if you feel like there's anything else physical you need to do for your body, do it now. So that could be movement, but it also could be making yourself a little bit warmer. Because we'll do breath work and then shift into relaxation. And sometimes it's nicer if you don't then have to kind of put bits and pieces on. You get to just enjoy the after effects of the breath. So while you're getting ready, we're gonna do the opposite by Loma breath. I know most of you know this, but I'll just tell it to you now. We're gonna take a really lovely deep breath in like we did at the beginning of the class, and at the top we're gonna pause. Then we're gonna exhale half of our breath through our nose, pause, and then we're gonna exhale whatever is left inside of us. And we're gonna practice that about 5 times. And you know, when you're breathing out, you know, just either just try and experience how you feel the breath releasing from your body, or you can kind of add this little bit. It may not be that that's actually what's happening, but you're just trying to make it that you're breathing out from the tops of your lungs first, pausing, and then emptying the bottom of your lungs. It's a real, you know, it's very subtle, and it could be that that's not really what's happening, but just see if you can apply that principle. As long as it doesn't make you not be able to breathe comfortably and easily, you know, if it takes away from the general feeling of what we're doing. So you're lying down with your knees bent and your feet on the floor. We're going to take a really lovely deep breath in, filling up your lungs completely, and then pause. And then we exhale half of the breath. Remember, don't sneeze it out. A long, smooth exhale, pause. And then you exhale, letting go completely. So we go again, deep breath in. Pause. Exhale half of the breath. Pause. Exhale, letting go completely. Deep breath in. Pause. Exhale half of the breath. Pause. Exhale, letting go completely. Deep breath in. Pause. Exhale half of the breath. Pause. Exhale whatever is left inside of you. And you could do one more of those without me talking you through it. And then you can take a deep breath in, do a big sigh. And that sigh is a signal to your mind, your body, that you're no longer controlling the breath. And I'd like you to think about shifting your body into relaxation, or just shift your body. Some of you may stay in the position you're in. Some of you might feel happy to stretch your legs out. You know, I know some of you have an eye pillow and might want to put that on your eyes. So we're going to allow ourselves some time for relaxation at the end of the class. Hopefully feeling ready for relaxation. But if you need a little bit of help, you imagine that your eyes are like 2 pebbles in a lake. And those 2 pebbles are sinking deeper and deeper, further and further. As they sink away, let your mind and your body follow. Your mind and your body sinking deeper and deeper, further and further. Just letting yourself go completely for the final few moments of the class. So slowly, you can start to bring your awareness back. You can feel the ground beneath you and the air against your skin. You can feel your breath start to get a little bit deeper. And as you breathe in, draw your breath all the way down to your toes, giving them a little wiggle. And then all the way down to your fingers, moving them around too. You could think about having a little bit of a stretch out. So you could take your arms up and back behind you and stretch your legs out, pushing through your heels, pointing through your toes. And then bend your knees, walk your feet back to your bottom. And then lift your knees up into your chest. Do a tiny little rock, eventually rolling over onto your side. And then use your hands to press your way up into a seated pose. And we sit together for a moment or two, just sitting upright. Lovely long spine. Maybe a little smile at your lips, imagining there's a sunflower between your eyebrows. And then we bring our hands to a prayer position, giving a little bow. If you want to, you could say namaste. Namaste. So well done, ladies. Just going to stop recording quickly.